what are some of the best hypnosis methods for getting rid of negative thoughts about yourself? And this is a great question. And this is really what a lot of hypnotherapy sessions start with. They start with hypnotherapy series, I should say. Person comes into the office, at least in my office, first session, almost no matter what they're working on, is going to be on confidence. I've got to build up their confidence if I want them to stop smoking or lose weight or become more successful or whatever I want them to do. I've got to build up their confidence. They've got to be able to believe in themselves that they can do it, whatever it is. So I do have a lot of techniques for that. One of the techniques that I like to use is having them write in the sand all of the negative words about themselves. Maybe dumb, stupid, idiot, all the words that go through your head. Think of what you would say to yourself if you hit your thumb with a hammer when you're trying to hit a nail instead and you hit your thumb. What would you say to yourself? I'm such an idiot. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, why do I do that? I always do the stupidest thing. Those things that you would say to yourself, I have the client write them in their mind on sand on the beach, and then the water comes in and washes it away, and then I have them chisel in stone permanently in their mind the things that they want to think about themselves, the positive things that are actually going to empower them and make them feel good about themselves. So there's a difference. That's one technique that I use. Another technique comes from the world of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, where you put yourself in a state of mind where you feel on top of the world. You feel very confident. You remember the time, the place, the setting, all the senses, sense of smell, sight, what everything looked like, smelled like, tasted like, felt like when you were there. Crank it up to a level 10 and then anchor it. Perhaps you make the OK sign with your right hand and say the word confident. Well, that anchors it. So the next time you need to feel confident, you just make the OK sign with your right hand and say that same word again, whatever word you used. You use the same action and the same word, and that reminds you of it. And that's based on physiology. We get that from Ivan Pavlov over 100 years ago, who eventually, through pairing meat powder with a bell for dogs, he eventually just had to ring the bell. He had meat powder and he had a bell, and he would expose the dogs to both at the same time. Eventually, all he had to do, the story, all he had to do was ring the bell, and they would start to salivate. Same thing. You're anchoring it to emotion and a word in this case, whatever word you may choose, the word confident, for example. So the next time, all you have to do is, quote, ring the bell, and you're put back in that physiological state of mind, whereas instead of salivating, you are feeling confident. So those are two powerful techniques that I like to use: writing words and erasing them, and writing more powerful words, and using an anchor.